Hello, and welcome to the House of Dreams. Fantastical worlds, mythic beasts, and wondrous tales. Set your imagination free. We are a TTRPG actual play creative collective led by queer, BIPOC, and marginalized folks. I am Okami, and I'll be your guide. Today, we present Chapter 3, finale of Chapter 3, in fact, of Season's Oath, a Wanderhome actual play series of hope, exploration, magic. A West Marches, hexcrawl, and OSR inspired folklore punk journey with a rotating cast of travelers who weave in and out of the road. All of them are seeking to understand a magic bestowed upon them by the venerable, forgotten gods of flame, form, dark, and wind. A journey that will take them to many forgotten sacred places all over Haeth. The series will showcase the full rules of Wanderhome by Possum Creek Games, including seasons, holidays, guest books and natures, and J Dragon's Patreon homebrew magic rules. For this third chapter, we are concluding our fundraising for Project Hope for LA wildfire relief. We're only $50 short of our goal, so any donations that you can offer would be greatly appreciated. To donate to the cause, you'll see a Tiltify link in the chat, or you can use the QR code in the overlay. Please donate if you can. We also have some fun incentives to add color and wonder to our journey. For $5, the travelers gain a token that any may use or save. You can introduce a new kith for $15. A kith named that has not yet met the travelers on their current journey is introduced to the scene, such as from the backstory of one of the travelers or from the current place they're exploring. If all named kith have been met, then the group will look at the common animal folk of the place they're visiting and create a new kith to meet and interact with. For 25, the travelers can discover a relic, a special kith that is an inanimate object that confers the traveler who carries it with a supernatural trait, as if they were a kith. Each relic also has a unique bit of Haeth lore that comes with it. A roll on a special chart will determine what relic is found on the journey. For 25, you can give them a magic trait. A traveler gains the first level of a new path of magic, deepening their connection to the venerable and forgotten gods. We also have a donation goal of $50, and for every $50 we raise, you can awaken a folklore. The folklore of the current nature being directly interacted with is immediately brought into the current scene, or if we're in the moment, immediately after. Now, let us introduce our cast of travelers. Let's start off with our bridge traveler from previous chapters. Samael, please tell us. I've said your name, but tell us your name again, your playbook, what animal you are, and then pop it on over to another traveler of your choice.
Hi, I'm Lex. I am playing Samael, the Mongoose exile slash dancer. Very, very skittish, but also learning how to be less skittish boy because his wonderful cousin has come to drag him forcibly out of his shell. So I'm going to popcorn over to Vixie, who is playing Suriya.
What a segue. Hey everybody, my name is Vixie Belle and I'm your friendly neighborhood player here at the House of Dreams table. So happy to be here, and I am playing Samael's cousin Suriya, a little golden mongoose who has a very happy-go-lucky attitude and a free spirit, and is determined to get her more serious-minded cousin out of his own head and experience Haeth with all five senses. So yeah, and I'm gonna popcorn it over to Kovala or Diamond.
Hi, I'm Madness Diamond, but since we're friends now, you can call me Diamond. I'm a TTRPG actual play performer who uses they, she pronouns. They because it is correct, and she because I refuse to correct my mother more than once. She did, in fact, birth me, allegedly. And I will be playing Kovala, who is a lion. They use any and all pronouns. Any of are correct. They will, in fact, make things gay by deciding to use a different one in the moment. And Kovala has a bunch of moths living in their mane that have names sometimes. And they're just happy to be adventuring and doing their job as a Moth-Tender. And that they're enjoying their trip with their new friends. I'm gonna send it over to Janie, our party mom.
Hi, I'm Janie. I am playing Azalea, the Swan Witch, who apparently is the party mom, who has been party momming this whole time. Not like not like party mommy, like she hasn't been like, a cool mom, but
I mean, she has mojo with Kallum. I'm just saying.
that's true. So I guess
Yeah.
she is not like other moms.
Like,
Azalea
honest,
got her groove back in an episode. We saw it.
Yep.
how are you gonna tell me not a cool mom? Like, what?
So there was a
What?
scene in a movie where this mom said she's a cool mom, she's not like other moms. And it
Oh
was,
my gosh. No, you're actually a cool mom.
Yeah.
That mom was a fake, and we all know it.
A total poser, but not you.
Yeah,
Yes.
not you. So as we're going to go on an amazing journey with these travelers, we got to answer 4 questions. So first off, what sort of place did we travel from? And between, it's been a while since the last episode. So there's been some time since you all left the Jasmine's Respite. So in between the Jasmine's Respite and where we are visiting today, where did you come from?
A pitch. What if we came from somewhere that was incredibly desolate?
Ooh,
Like going from
Very dry.
stressful situation. Yeah, desolate, dry, kind of lifeless. Maybe it was scarred by the war that passed.
yeah,
And
yeah,
just still hasn't recovered. Like maybe it was just scarred so badly that even after this much time has passed, it's still like trying to be what it once
yeah.
was.
Yeah, and maybe there was like a little like scrappy community there that Kovala had to deliver a message to, which was the only reason why you guys would go to a place so terrible, or desolate. Um, what kind of things do you think Samael and Azalea did? Because Kovala, you're mission oriented, so
Could I have
delivered the
left them
message.
a memory, like one of my oils?
Yeah, a positive, like one of the positive
Yeah,
memories that you have to
yeah,
kind of
like
help. Okay.
because it's so desolate and empty, and these people are, trying to rebuild what they had.
Yeah, I think that would be amazing. What about you, Samael? What about this place that
Oh,
either what would you have done, or if you want to add something to it?
I think he probably spent a good bit of time there between being kind of closed off like he was in the last season, and
Mhm.
then once eventually coming out of his shell, performing various dances, such as the one with the, crumbling to remind it what it could be, or, unfamiliar place to listen and befriend. But I think the other thing he did was well, play that cheap lute, the one that he thought he no longer understood.
Right.
And
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
So could the memory that she left for them, could it have been of something like festival music to kind of
Yeah.
go with the lute playing?
Yeah, I think so. Definitely. Do we feel the journey from this place has been long? Like, did it feel
yes.
long?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And is there somewhere that we hope to go after coming to this?
Somewhere lively.
Yeah.
Okay. Peaceful.
Somewhere with people and lots of them.
Yes.
Okay. And finally, but silently, in our heads, there's my home. And with that, we begin our journey. So, I'm going to leave it up to the table. Would you like to know what month slash season you are entering? Or do you want to know about the place first?
Season?
Yes, I agree.
Season?
Season. I'm also late.
All right. All good. Okay, so the season that we are in is the season of silt. Uh, and the month of silt you are in is grasping. Grasping is a cold and difficult month when the leaves have fallen from the trees and the silt air becomes uncomfortably cold. The aesthetics of this place during this month is cold and rocky soil, fog banks rolling in, and an alien and unfamiliar sky. The signs of the month and this place you are visiting are sharing smokes, bowls of soup, strange yellow sunsets, and something else of your own invention. So, silt is kind of like fall, right? It's like early winter, late fall to kind of give you all context of the world we live in versus the world of Haeth. So this place that you're visiting, what is the sign of the month? You all get to make it up.
Weirdly enough, I feel like lanterns, like little small,
Yeah.
like gourd lanterns, if that makes sense, or like
Lanterns?
Maybe some of
Oh.
them can be floating lanterns, like Oban Festival.
yeah,
Oh. Board floating lantern?
or paper lanterns. It doesn't really matter what they're
Both.
made of, I guess.
Why no? Porque no los dos.
True,
We have magic. Gourds can fly too.
they can fly,
Fly too.
and sometimes you can make them fly by throwing them at people.
Oh my!
Yes.
That's
Right,
That's
right.
true. But with all those lights
Hold
everywhere, I can only
on
imagine how the moths
one
are reacting.
second,
Right.
because my father is shouting at me. Just give me a moment.
Hi, Hector's dad.
Hold
Hi,
on.
Hector's dad.
Yeah. Hi, Dad. Hold on a moment. Don't go offline, Kallum. It will take 2 seconds. He took care of literally. Hello! Yeah, my dad took care of it. It's all good. Living with family. What a trial. Did I echo? Did I echo?
A little bit.
But I
Got it.
think it was someone else's.
Yeah, I think it was someone else's Twitch. So
Oh, okay. All good. So gourd floating lanterns. So like
possibly throwing pumpkins at people. We were discussing once we went
possibly
off
Yes.
on
throwing
break.
pumpkins.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's a pumpkin throwing contest.
Pumpkin
your
Oh my
pumpkin
god!
fly?
Yes. Pumpkin chucking. Let's
I
go.
love pumpkin chunkin.
So good.
I'm gonna write that down because we can do whatever we want. We have gourd floating lanterns, or actually, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have paper floating lanterns and pumpkin throwing contest.
What if
There
this
you go.
place is known for its like a specific soup that's made from a gourd, like butternut squash soup
Oh,
or like a
yes.
pumpkin soup.
Good warm
Oh,
pumpkin or squash bisque.
Yes.
oh, hold on. I'm just adding bowls of pumpkin and squash soup. I'm editing the things. Okay, this is
That's one of my favorite fall things, to be honest.
Same.
I love this. Y'all are amazing. Okay, so signs of the month are
But-
sharing smokes. Oh, what do we got, Azalea?
Okay, just wanted to make sure I got my turn in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that the the decorations, there's people kind of decorate things with I would say, I don't want to say popcorn because I don't know if we have that.
Yeah, you would absolutely have
Okay,
popcorn because
but
like popcorn strings.
yeah, like around among the trees and just around things, giving up like this kind of white glint. And when it's really cool in the morning, it kind of glistens because of the ice crystals on it, and it's just kind of magical.
Oh, nice.
And then eventually, of course, the bugs will
And
eat the
we'll eat
popcorn,
them.
but
Yep.
they need the energy
Yep.
for the coming months.
Ooh. What if they're feeding the bugs on purpose?
Ooh.
Like
Ooh,
migratory butterflies.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is also why the moths abandoned me.
Right,
They
right.
wanted to see their friends.
Yes. All right. So this place is about sharing smokes, that have bowls of pumpkin and squash soup, strange yellow sunsets, paper floating lanterns, pumpkin throwing contests, and popcorn string decorations that glisten in the morning.
Yay.
All right. Okay. Awesome.
it.
Now the place. Welcome to Cloud Summit Springs, a beautiful mountaintop resort built around the hot springs of Cloud Summit Mountain. According to legend, this was the earthbound, bright season home of the northern wind god, gifted to a cat folk hero who somehow defeated him in a wager that she could break the mountain. It is now one of the most coveted vacation spots in all of Haeth, only closed during the dark days of the Many kith from all over Haeth come here to bathe in the soothing hot springs, enjoy the cozy lodgings, and brave the hike to the highest summit, where one can see all of Haeth and the far off lands of Indra from its summit. I'm glad that you all are in a little bit of a creative role because when you arrive at this place, decide what indulgences are clearly on display. Now, would you like to hold on to this question until after I give you the rest of the aesthetics and natures, or do you want to come up with it now?
I want to wait. Hear
You
all
want
of
you want to
everything.
wait? You guys want to hear all the rest? Okay, excellent. Hold that in your mind though as I go through everything else. The natures of this place, it is a bathhouse, a place of indulgent relaxation and purification. It is also a tavern, a place of simple comfort, often settled into while on the journey from one land to the next. And it is a mountain, a place where the earth meets the sky. The aesthetics of Cloud Summit Springs are a host of caring attendants, thick steam rising from a body of water, dry places to sleep, a cheerful innkeep who you once called family, an even higher summit, and a treacherous path. The location move for this place. This place may always describe the indulgences others partake in, cleanse someone in a way they didn't expect, give someone a token when indulging means they lose track of something important, describe a small comfort, sow confusion amongst the disoriented, offer someone comfort and amenities at a price, give them a token if they refuse the offer. Describe what can be seen from all the way up here. show someone pushed, desperate extremes. And last but not least, this place may always isolate someone from everyone else and then give them a token. The folklores Cloud Summit Springs are the cat who broke the mountain, the cat with the magic ale, the North Wind God and what he taught us. Common animal folk are monkeys, elk, goats, lions, and raccoons. The small and forgotten gods of this place are water bubbles, echoes who tell secrets, and steam nymphs. Oh, my travelers, when you arrive at this place, what indulgences are clearly on display as you all make it to up the stairs that have been carved into the side of the mountain and are on the in the springs resort proper?
Of bath salts, bath oils, like with different scents and like the kinds that are like be calming or be energizing, refreshing. Like they're all labeled as being able to do like um and they're on display to be used at the in your hot spring section.
Is it weird? But I'm also imagining there's like group massage sessions, if that makes sense. Like those little massage rings where somebody is working on somebody in front of them. In like a chain or a circle, if that makes sense.
Massage
Mhm.
chain.
Yeah.
I think. Have you ever seen those very niche weird thing? Um if you go to certain spa retreats, there's always the one gimmicky thing that they do.
Oh,
There is one where they will use hot stones to basically draw on your back. And it's supposed to, like, if you draw a certain like thing, it energizes your body, and but it also follows a path of like your, like, if you are having difficulties like with a certain spot in your back, like they'll focus on that, but then they'll focus it outwards to release energy. So I think hot stones that are actually talismans would be really fun.
Talisman.
A hot
yes.
talisman.
Hot talisman.
A hot talisman silt.
Hot stone talisman therapy. There we go. So far we have an array of bath salts and oils with a variety of uh, clearly labeled purposes on display to be used during your hot spring session, group massage sessions in a circle or chain, and hot stone talisman uh, therapy. Azalea,
Oh,
what indulgences are clearly on display here, or do you like just those three?
well, I like, since I am the last one, I'm going to just do something completely opposite of everybody else.
Of course.
And out on the mountain, you see different people going down on either, they're sliding down a mountain, like snowboarding or skiing or
Oh,
whatever equivalents of those are.
okay. No. Snow sledding
Yes,
on the snow-capped summit.
yes. And
And chucking pumpkins at each other.
Yeah.
yes, there's people just having a great time snowing. It's not snowing down the mountain.
Sledding.
Sledding down, sledding down the mountain. There's people throwing pumpkins at each other outside or whatever else they can find. There's snowball fights. And when they're all done, they can go into this nice warm bathhouse area and warm up.
I love this. So, this is what I have for your indulgences. We have an array of bath salts and oils with a variety of clearly labeled purposes on display to be used during your hot spring session. We have group massage sessions in a circle or chain. We have hot stone talisman therapy, and then we have snow sledding and activity on the snow-capped summit. All right. 4 of you arrive in the opening area of Cloud Summit Springs Resort. It is a large building with a comfortable yet colorful carpet on the ground. It's all it's all wooden floors, like polished wooden floors, but there's like a very comfortable, I want to say what we would call Persian style carpet. So like a thick, colorful carpet with like all of these beautiful, like geometrical designs, but also, with leaves and flowers and like different motifs that are really comfortable on your paws, almost like walking on a cloud. There is a polished wooden, uh, not desk, but like a hotel counter, um, and above it you see the beautiful like floating paper lanterns that seem that maybe like they're decorated for this time of year, but you have a feeling that there's like they're permanent for the room. And you can see that there's a staircase leading up to like second story rooms, and then double doors that there's a sign above it that says um, steam baths essentially, or steam pools, with like these massive wooden double doors that have like these, the long handles that kind of pull, and they're like polished brass knobs, and you can see that the wood of the handles themselves are kind of decorative, like there's beautiful little carvings of like different animals and things, all relaxing with towels in the springs, but it's all sort of it's like horror vacui, which is like when it's like super crowded. It's still sturdy, right? And behind the check-in counter, which has a massive book on it with a quill and pen, is what looks to be a roughly um, middle age, maybe like late 40s, early 50s, lioness um, that has uh, that also has a mane like Kovala does. But her mane is braided into all of these like almost like box braids. Like she took the time to like take all of the individuals, strands of fur and just like tie them all, and they just fall down her shoulders. And then she has like small blue, like almost like ribbons, like tied on the end, sort of weighing down the braids. And she has crystal blue eyes, a very friendly expression, and but she's wearing a white button-up shirt with like a form-fitting black vest, almost like a how do I describe it? Oh, like a hotel maitre d', right? With like shiny silver buttons, and you can't quite see like what she's wearing in pants because she's like behind the counter. And she puts her paws on the counter and she looks over and just smiles at the 4 of you. And Kovala, your adopted mother, Kimura.
Immediately upon seeing Mumsy, Mama, the mother, Kovala starts herding everyone closer to the desk. Like, these are my friends. These are my friends. These are my friends.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Cloud Summit Springs. It's so wonderful to meet you all. Kovala has been writing me letters about all of you. Oh, it's just such a pleasure to finally get acquainted. Please sign in. Sign in. There is no cost, of course, for people of Haeth, unless you would like to barter for expanded services, and that's fine. But everyone is welcome for 3 days of hospitality. Um, Lovely place to sleep. Meals in the morning and in the evening, and well, we kind of do like a put on your own for lunch, unless you have something to barter, and then you can have lunch with me and Kovala. But otherwise, as I said, unless you have stuff to barter, 3 days access to the bathhouse. All you have to do is sign in the book, and she motions to a mostly blank book. There's some names that are like written on there, um, but she just kind of over there, and she's just sort of looking you all, her eyes uh shining.
Azalea, you keep getting nudged closer to Kovala's mom. Like, Mama does magic too. Mama's magical. You're magical. Be friends. Be friends.
As you like get a little closer, it's at that point that you notice that she has like a little bag that you recognize, similar to a Greery bag, um, that she kind of keeps around her neck, that you recognize as a piece of kind of witchy, like a little witchy talisman has around her neck. And you make similar things before. So you don't think Kovala is exaggerating about uh, Miss
No, I don't.
Kindera's.
It's just kind of
Uh,
funny. I mean, like shoved toward the other mom.
It's like
Hi,
this was
Mom. Please get
Kovala's
along with
plan the
Mom.
entire time.
My
To find
apologies.
their mama friend.
Uh, I'm Kindera, and you are
Azalea.
Ellie. A pleasure. And you too?
um, I'm Suriya. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. And you?
I'm Samael. Sorry.
My goodness, Samael, would you like me to book some hot stone therapy for you? I feel like some of your chakras are blocked.
uh,
Oh, chakras. There are sources of energy throughout the body. And when they are
no,
and
blocked.
yes. Are you having some anxiety?
You're emotionally constipated, Samael. I've been trying to tell you this.
Kind of shoves you a little bit. Just,
Oh,
no, I'm not.
see, more of that.
No, I'm not.
She says in response to you shoving Suriya.
Genuinely looks confused because usually shove your cousin, you get scolded. So it's like,
Suriya doesn't see this as hostile at all. Like, this is normal behavior for her. Because it's not like a hard shove. It's not like trying to push
No.
her down or anything. Like, stop it. No. But yeah, and she starts singing a little song. She starts singing, yes, everybody does.
Does everybody sign in the book?
yes,
Yes,
but
Azalea does.
Okay. All right. Excellent. No worries. You're all handed key and a bunch of bathhouse tokens. Um, these tokens, just hand them to the bathhouse attendants, and they will be able to get for you whatever you like, whether it is one of our essential oils or bath salts, whether you would like some snacks, fresh towels. One token, that's pretty much whatever you need for the rest of the.
Oh,
And you guys are given like 3 tokens each.
okay, 3 days.
Samael, before he had signed in the book, had taken a moment to kind of flip through any prior pages, and you said it was mostly blank, but like he seems to be genuinely curious about where are all the other signatures? Like, shouldn't
When
this
you
be?
when you go to the when you go to the next page, it is filled with signature. Like you even catch like Afra and Sheer have been here. Um, you see that there's a Boomy and has been here with Mortimer and uh Harold the Heron. You see a variety of different kith that you have met along your journey that have been to this place for a few days max. And even kith that that you knew from before. Members of your extended family. This seems like a very popular place. Um, but the other half of the book is blank.
Later, can I look through some of the older books if
Oh,
that's allowed?
if you would like to. Unfortunately, there are several years where there aren't any names.
That makes sense.
Is there someone you're looking for? I'm going to make a move that Kimbra can always do. It's one of her kith moves. What do you need right now?
Probably a nap.
Uh, so Kimbra looks at you and says, if you just head right upstairs, uh, follow the number on the keys that I gave you, and it will lead you to your rooms. They're sliding doors. There's a simple locking mechanism that the keys will undo, but the doors slide open, and there are really comfortable futons. If you all would like to take a little bit of a nap before your first dip in the hot spring.
Well, I mean, a nap would be nice, but you all probably don't want a nap, so let's go to the hot springs.
Suriya stares at Sam. I just said I need a nap.
I need one
You
too. I'm really exhausted right now.
Ooh, Kovala,
oh
dear.
no.
We can't hear you. I'm afraid you're going to have to refresh your interface and then come back.
No, I still can't hear you.
Still can't hear you. One moment.
Yeah.
Yes, I think a nap is definitely in order. I'll make sure to send up some snacks in about an hour.
Ooh,
Your room.
snacks.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay.
So now
Okay.
that we can hear Kovala, what does Kovala say in response to Kimbra being like, naps?
Well, do you think I would miss an opportunity to cuddle puddle? I thought
I don't know.
And it's decided we're taking a nap, and she takes Samael's like wrist and is like and starts going upstairs.
He has this look of like embarrassment and slight defeat, but also relief because a nap. Yes, a nap.
We smash cut a bit to everyone just kind of cuddle puddled on top of how comfy is this futon, Suriya?
Ooh, I think this is a very comfortable futon. Like it's much thicker than like a normal futon would be. So you don't actually get really feel like you're sleeping on anything tough or hard. You feel it's
Mhm.
very cloud-like. Hence the
Yeah,
clouds.
yeah, like it just sort of
Yeah.
like maybe it has like not necessarily buttons, but like maybe it's been pinned in like places, so there's like it's a little mounds, almost like you're laying on clouds.
hmm
Um,
And maybe it's like
and
partially like a little cloud, like there's a little cloud magic going on in there.
maybe a
To make it
little stitches of clouds in it, and those stitches have like lightened little cloud summit springs, sort of sleep on a cloud. Uh yes, I like that. I like that a lot.
It's one of those
Um
futons you sit on, and then it's like, "A mistake was made, and you're
a
dead to the world."
mistake was
yes.
absolutely made. Um and I'm going to make a move, and I'm going to cleanse someone in a way they didn't after an hour napping on Samael, at the very least, because I wouldn't presume to tell your character how they feel. I can say physically, so refreshed. Whatever aches that you had from the walk and the climb of the mountain have been washed away. You feel like you've been sleeping for a full 8 hours after a full meal. How does that make you feel emotionally?
Since we're in a cuddle puddle and this thing is so soft, and I'm still kinda bundled up in my cape and all that stuff, it's just, "Oh, this is nice." It just kinda nestles in a little bit more.
Uh, you all hear a little knocking on the door, and you hear, snacks?
Snacks.
I can leave them outside if you like.
No, I got it. And it's just Kovala, big cat stretching. Just like, and it's the stretch that goes from the ears to the tail and just shakes out. Pulls out of the cuddle puddle.
I
Goes to
almost feel
the
like it
door.
moves people to the side a little bit, and we're just like,
You were just a bit
"No,"
it's
and
like,
trying to go with
"Ah!"
you.
Surya wakes up like Anna does in Frozen with her like kind of everywhere, kind of very sleepy, like what snacks? Someone said snacks and like is moving her head like she's trying to smell them, even though they're like beyond the door.
Uh, well, when you open the door, there is a young monkey.
Mhm.
He is wearing like a long uh blue and white cloud print um like poppy coat, and really comfortable like fishing like tie fishing pants that are the same, that are maybe like a complementary blue to the hoppy coat that he's wearing. And he's got a metal tray, a polished metal tray in his hand that is filled with just like a charcuterie of like various snacks. So there's like rice crackers, there is various like uh, pieces of coconut, fruit, um, uh, I will say cheese of some kind, and various like sliced like summer like insect meats of some kind. Either made into pretty much like probably like what we would consider like a sausage, essentially. So like someone took a variety of savory insect meats and like put them in a tube and then chopped them up into slices so you put them on your crackers. Um, and he is just like, "Oh, oh, hello. May I come in, set down the tray?"
Yeah,
Oh,
sure
okay.
you can.
He like comes in and he goes to like there are these like really comfy like low tables that have big comfy cushions that you can all kind of sit on, and he like sets down the tray and he's like, so Hello, pleasure. My name is Solomon. I am the head bathhouse attendant here. I have brought you a variety of snacks, both vegetable and cracker, and assorted meats and cheeses. Um, would anyone? And he pulls out like from like a little side from the deep pocket he has in the poppy coat. He pulls out like a pencil and a pad, and he's like, "What would you all like to drink?" We have water, we have tea, we have a variety of juices, and we also have spirits, sake, plum wine, um, uh, our specialties here. But we do have like a house whiskey, um, and I believe we have some beer and mead.
Do you have sangria?
Yes, actually, we have a cold sangria that we've been chilling with some of the ice, because as you can see, the where everyone's sledding, the highest summit is currently covered in snow and ice. So we have some chilled sangria if you would like.
Yes, I like that.
Okay, sure. Would you like a bottle or just a cup for yourself?
I'll take a bottle.
Okay, a bottle of chilled sangria. And for the rest of you?
Oh, what kind of teas do you have?
Oh, I have a variety of different black teas, green teas. I have fruit teas. I have chamomile. Um, I have floral teas. I have rose tea. I have a dandelion tea. Um,
Oh, Sam. She like pats the arm in that way that you do, uh, with and says, "Do you want some chamomile tea? I remember Azalea told me it's really good for anxiety."
I I want to try some plum wine.
Oh, wonderful. I'll make sure to bring how many cups would you like? Because we do the plum wine in like bottles. We don't do the individual cups. The sangria is a little bit different because I pour it from a big pitcher. Uh, but how many cups would you like? Just one for yourself, or would you like enough to share with your friends?
4 cups. 4 cups
Four
so
cups.
everyone can try if they want it.
Okay, plum wine and 4 cups. And how about you? And then Solomon just looks at you and gives you just like a really bright smile, and then tilts his head and asks the question, the move, what do you need right now?
Oh, right now,
Oh,
Kovala
Suriya.
need.
The
Oh,
Surya.
Surya.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
thank
Suriya.
you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Sorry.
That's why I
I
was like, please
apologize.
specify because I feel like this is gonna get confusing because Kavala
Sorry,
hasn't gone and I
Suriya.
haven't gone. So
Sorry,
yeah, okay.
Suriya.
She tilts her head to the side and like thinks really hard, and she says, "I would like some green tea, please."
Okay, so and then
Green bean.
mi- mix mi- mix
You can just
Kovala?
you can just call me Kovala. It's fine. Okay.
Oh, okay, all right, Kovala. What may I get for you?
Just call me Kovala. You know my mom. Fine.
Oh, right.
Okay. Um, I would like. Hmm, I want some. I think dandelion tea sounds very good. But can I have
Oh,
enough that everybody can try it?
Yeah, I'll bring a whole
dandelion.
pot and enough and a full tea service for everyone. Okay.
Can I
Okay.
change my mind? Do you have dandelion wine?
No, I don't. I only have plum and sake. But and I'm gonna make a move. Inconvenience yourself to help someone else. But one of the guests here does have some dandelion wine. I'm gonna go see if I can barter with them. Get you a bottle.
Can I help?
Yay!
Uh, you're a guest. The point is for you to relax. But I can't say no to a guest. So yes. Let's go up to get up. I'll be back with drinks for everyone with
Mischief.
Kovala.
Stiff.
Mischief.
And Solomon heads out with all of your drink orders. Kovala, I'm assuming you follow Solomon.
Yes. I have a something I can do always. I have a letter for Solomon.
Oh, do you say that when you get into the hallway and you're both walking together?
Yes.
Okay. For the rest of the table, I'm gonna have the camera kind of focus on Kovala and Solomon. However, feel free to look at the place moves, and if you feel inspired to use any of the place moves to kind of interact with the scene, you are more than welcome to. So you're both in the hallway, Kovala and Solomon, making your way towards this guest that has dandelion wine. And kind of turns to Kavala surprised as you're holding out the letter. "Oh, you have a letter for me?"
Yeah.
Oh, takes the letter and it's interesting because like he's still like walking, while he's like carefully opening up and looking at it. Like, oh, my mother says she's planning on coming for Candlemas.
Been a lot of Candlemas letters that I've been delivering lately. I'm glad it
Well,
got to you in time. No.
me too. It's just around the corner. Thank goodness. Means I can get the place all prepared for her. All right, now follow me. So the two of you kind of go through the various different hallways, and the way this place is set up is you can see my background is like kind of paper walls. So all of the places, like I said, the floors are polished wood. Um, the walls are like paper walls, like and there's these really cool like innovative, like, kind of like slide locks that kind of keep the door shut, that the keys that you were given are designed to kind of unhook to allow you to be doors open. And you go through this, like, little maze, there's various, like, stairs that go down and landings, people kind of coming and going, until finally, you stop by one door, and Solomon just sort of, knocks on the side of the door, and you hear, "Come in." And Solomon like slides the door open, and sitting in front of some snacks and a full tea service on a comfy pillow is a big, like old turtle gentleman. Massive shell. He's wearing like a comfortable like linen robe. He's still kind of glistening a little bit, like maybe he just came out of the hot springs, and he's like sitting there enjoying like a bit of a snack, and he has uh, a bottle, like a green glass bottle with a cup next to it and a full tea. And he's like, "Oh, Solomon, Mr. Kovala, what's the name of this turtle?"
Rysand. Like the name Rysand.
Rysand. Okay. Uh, Mr. Rysand. Oh, no, no. Just call me Rysand. We're friends now. Uh, uh, yes, of course. Mr. Rysand, I have a guest that is very important. This is Kovala. Kovala is another guest, but also is uh, the uh, child of Kimbra. Oh, yes, Mistress. It's a pleasure to meet you. Your mother is an incredible hostess, and I am deeply honored to make your acquaintance. And I was wondering if perhaps myself and Kamala could barter with you for that bottle of lion wine that you have. Oh, I do love barter. Two of you after all. Well, as the bathhouse attendant, I can most assuredly offer you an additional bathhouse token that will allow you to get full hospitality for a full another day without having to barter with Kibera. That sounds nice, but this dandelion one is quite rare. It is a vintage from before the war, as you very Kovala, what do you say in this moment?
Do you like gossip and secrets?
Oh, I love gossip. Please have a seat.
Would you like to perhaps share the bottle of dandelion wine with me and my friends, and then we can tell you about all the places we've been? Because I am a moth tender, which means we travel everywhere, and I meet lots of people, and I know lots of things about lots of people. And then you can have an additional bath token from the lovely Sullivan, and you can make some new friends, maybe. And because I'm a moth tender, I can deliver any letter you need or a package. And I can get it
That,
there before Candlemas.
that sounds like excellent. Bargain. He gets up, ugh, shuffles over, takes the bottle of dandelion wine. Make sure to bring us enough cups for myself, Kovala, and all of Kovala's friends, Solomon. Kovala, lead the
Yeah.
way to your chambers. We're going to enjoy gossip, some secrets, and some dandelion wine.
Do you know how to make dandelion wine? I think my friend Azalea would love to learn maybe how to make it because I know that she likes making things. And on the walk back, it's just Kovala info dumping to this man about all of the cool things that Azalea does with
he's
herbs.
he's just like nodding and listening and like occasionally interjecting with phrases like "Mrs. Elliot sounds quite the incredible," and like seems like really interested at meeting Azalea. And Solomon kind of ducks, gives you Kovala a wink, and like scampers off to go get the rest of everyone's drink orders and cups. Um, the three of you, while this is happening, I would like to just kind of bounce back to Azalea and Suriya and Samael. What are the three of you doing? You have like a little moment while Kovala is off, making mischief uh, with Solomon. Is there anything that the three of you would like to do or talk about? Or would you just like to jump and meet your new friend?
I think that Surya, having composed herself after the nap, would have run right to the window just to see like what she could see. And I would like to use a place move
Oh, okay.
to describe what we can see from all the way up here.
Oh,
And
wow. Okay.
yeah, because I was reading that and I was like, oh, that's a place move. So yes, and I think what we can see is just the we're at the summit of a mountain, and there are other mountains that are smaller in addition to like the snow sledding folk that are on one one side there. Maybe we can see some like greenery from the or not greenery but like um lights from the city below the mountain.
Oh,
That's
okay.
kind of,
So there's a
yeah,
city below the mountain.
yeah, like a little, not a huge city, like more like a little village,
Hmm.
you know um that's maybe sitting there, and it's got like little lights and things like that, and you can see like maybe you can see the people going through their day as like little dots because you're so high up. um and maybe there's uh like the other side, you can see the mountains rising on either side covered in snow, uh and uh other kind of happening, like maybe, and if you look up to peaks, that there are peaks that are even higher with clouds sort of floating lazily around them. An incredible like pale sort of pale silvery white view that you can that you can see with just dotted with the lights of people and the sounds of happiness as people enjoy. For such a desolate looking land, it's actually very vibrant, filled with light.
What do you how does Suriya feel about this special to her? Does it capture her attention? Wonder about the lives of the
Does, but from the more of the point of view of it being so different from where they just were, where but yet so similar in terms of like it looks like desolate, but it's actually not. It's teeming with life, opposed to where they were before, and I think that excites her. She's she's like, Samael, Azalea, you should see this view. It's so pretty.
view do? You head over, check out the view.
Practically climbing on my cousin's shoulders, just like being as annoying as possible.
I think
Yes.
in a very comic moment, like Suri goes, "Look," and like goes over it, like leans on the windowsill as Samael like jumps on her. Look at the view.
I'm gonna say actually Azalea does not, because Azalea actually fell asleep on this. There was this huge cushion on the floor that was like made of this really, really luxurious fabric and as soft as a cloud. And she wasn't going to fall asleep, but she just kind of, it was quiet for a moment as you were looking out the window, and she is knocked completely out.
Azalea, while you have kind of fallen into this comfortable sleep, you find yourself in the summit of the mountain, overlooking a spectacular view, and a falling star begins to streak across the sky. But instead of landing far away, it's getting closer and closer and closer and until suddenly you are blinded by the light and you hear what sounds like a rumbling thunder as a bolt of lightning crashes behind you. When your eyes adjust, you see radiant spark, tall, lithe, long, silvery hair, shimmering, silvery blue eyes. Azalea, I want to ask you something. What form of animal does Radiant Spark take when he comes to Earth to dance with you and others?
Well, that's a good question. I would say, um, right. I was not expecting this question. It's okay. Um, let's see. Either a monkey, maybe, or a raccoon.
Hmm. Let's go for, you know what? Let's go for monkey.
Okay.
Um, white fur, blue skin, uh, wearing long white and silver kind of flowing robes that button up in the front. Um, dancer's shoes, dancer's leggings. Hello.
Hello. That was supposed to be a lot more elegant.
He looks into your eyes and he's going to make a move. He's going to non verbally ask, what is true about you that you can keep from everyone? If you want to withhold the answer, you're going to need to spend a token.
Um, I guess I'll spend a token because I can't think of anything right now.
Oh, you can say I don't know if you
Okay, I
can't think.
don't know.
Uh, uh, it has been a very long time, hasn't it?
Yes, I've been searching for you.
Well, I am here. Maybe not here, but I will find you and we will dance again. I promise. Maybe not tonight, maybe not tomorrow, but I will.
You won't fade away.
No, no, I will not. The gift that I have given you. And Radiant Spark reaches out and touches where the part of your feathers where he left the mark is starting to fade. This is precious, and I know it is beginning to fade. And I don't want you to forget me, Azalea, even though I have left. You're so special to me. You're so special to the world. You know that?
I'll hold on to this mark for as long as I can.
Good. Now wake up. Your friends want to spend the day with you. What do you do?
I-
Oh, yes. What would you like
If
to
I
do?
may,
Sorry.
the now wake up is Samael does not literally jump on you, but on the fluffy cushion next to you.
I think the cushion's like super huge, so like jumping on it is not. I mean, it's just gonna
It's not,
jiggle it and
yeah, it's not gonna throw you off of it or
right.
anything.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
Bam!
playful or is it like
Yeah, it's
okay?
the wake up, wake up.
Suriya would join in and like jump on the other side, like a couple of kids, just like hey, hey, hey.
We have 6
Uh,
moms now.
Yeah.
and you see Radiant Spark smile at you and start to fade as your eyes open up to your two friends playfully saying, "Wake up, wake up."
Oh, oh, oh! I must have fallen asleep.
This is a very comfy cushion. I may have made a mistake coming over here.
It's really
Laid out on
comfy.
it.
Suriya does this again because she's like really enjoying the way the cushion bobs up and down. Yeah.
Just kind of waves.
Whack.
So is this
Uh,
is how you wanted to spend the day, is bouncing on the cushion, or
No, 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 no.
No,
and then
no.
the door opens dramatically at that point, and there is Kovala and this big turtle wearing this light sky blue linen robe, tied, of course. And he's like, "Greetings, Kovala's friends."
greetings?
Hi.
We have
Hello.
come back and we have brought a new friend and dandelion wine. We shall
Dandelion
share-
wine.
He holds
shall
up a
share secrets
green
and
glass
stories.
bottle. Secrets and stories.
Secrets and
Oh.
stories.
And the camera kind of pans back. You see everyone excitedly sitting around the dandelion wine, this old turtle, like kind of sitting with you all. Solomon pops up with cups and drinks for you all to enjoy. And with that, we're going to take our first break. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay. And now we are back. So, my travelers, we're gonna have a little conversation with was it Rainfeld? Rainberg?
Rysand.
Rysand. Rysand.
Rysand.
So
It
what
sounds
sort
like dry sand.
right. So what sort of stories do you tell Rysand the turtle over dandelion wine and snacks?
Kovala tells the story about the tree.
Yay.
About how there's now a Moth-Tender who is a tree.
Oh. Azalea, what kind of story do you tell?
I tell a nice story about a picnic by a lake where it was just a really nice picnic among friends, and it ended with them all looking at a sunset that looked like it was like oranges and yellows and pinks. It was a beautiful sunset with, I'm gonna say, just there were insects flying in the sky, and it just was really picturesque.
Uh, Suriya, what kind of story do you tell over
I think
dandelion wine?
I think Suriya tells the story of finding someone who knew something about her heritage and teaching them a new song to sing.
Okay. Uh, and Samael, as the person that requested the dandelion wine, what story do you share with this old turtle?
I share a story about a sword sharp enough to cut anything, and the warrior who was strong enough to put it to rest for good by giving it away to someone they had once mistrusted deeply.
Wow, that is a deep cut.
Sword.
I
Deep.
see what you did there.
Nice.
The the old turtle appreciates your tales. You all have some great laughs. You enjoy the dandelion wine and the snacks, and it is a delight. I want to fast forward a little bit to later in the afternoon. The sun is starting to dip below the horizon, but you're at a bathhouse. You're at a resort. Tell me, what sort of indulgent activities do you all engage in on your way to enjoying the moonlight pool? You can go straight to the moonlight pool. You could go to a smaller pool. There are various other indulgences. What are they? Do we stick together? Do we split apart?
Because Kovala is familiar with this place, are there things that would possibly fit each of our party members that they might enjoy specifically?
Well, I would say, earlier we all came up with the various different indulgences here. There are the bath salts and the oils, there's the group massage sessions, there's the hot stone talisman therapy, the snow sledding, some other things that Kovala that you would know about would be the healing balm massages that Solomon does.
Mhm.
There are also, let me look through because I had various attendants here. I think specifically, There is the meal hall. Like while you guys were brought snacks, there is like sort of like a meal hall slash cafeteria, where there's like a big fireplace and tables and like a buffet, uh, where, there's always just your mother always has food at the ready at all times. It's not always the same meal because she wants to make sure that the meals are as fresh as possible. But if you wanted to have like a really nice like dinner, there is like essentially the main hall, and there's also entertainment as well in in like the meal hall. There's a small stage there, and typically because it's silt, your Kimbra has probably hired a musician for the season. She rotates a different musician every season because every season has different kinds of guests. So if you want to enjoy some more food, essentially, but more hearty food, because what you guys got, like I said, was kind of like charcuterie and drinks. But if you want like an early dinner and a show, it would be the meal hall. So that's the other thing that Kovala would be aware of. So there's a variety of things that would fit everyone. As for whether you feel what fits who, you would kind of have to tell everybody. Kovala would have to share everybody what the indulgences are. Or if your fellow travelers feel like you've all traveled enough, um, fellow travelers, feel free to go ahead and, tell Diamond, the player, what Kovala would think of those activities you would like. How does that sound?
I think I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Suriya, what thing that Kovala knows about do you think would be the best fit before you all head over to the moonlit pool?
I think Kovala knows that Surya is very athletic and very, like, as a dancer. Uh, she's the dancer, so something that might relax and soothe her tired muscles. Or she also knows that Surya is not vain, but very much like takes care of her appearance. So something like a facial or things like that would also be appealing to her, as in addition to the moonlight pool.
Okay. Okay. Samael, out of the things that have been described that the resort has, what do you feel Kovala would know that Samael might like before going to the moonlight pool? And also, the
Oh,
moonlight pool being the only thing you're interested in is totally a valid answer. Oh, did you hear me?
mhm. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, cool. I just want to let people
Okay.
know that is yes, I can. I just was reminded. I forgot to say it for you, Suriya, but yeah, just being like, I want the moonlight pool is a totally valid answer. By the way, I just want to let
Yes.
people know. Okay, continue, Samael. My apologies.
No worries. I think. Do. Besides the moonlight pool, Kovala would know that Samael loves good food, good warm food, and likes soaking in the company of others. So, the meal hall would be a good bet. But also that warmth in general is something they're very keen on. So anything where like you could be wrapped up in warmth or just maybe like a steam thing or like a hot stone thing or like anything where it could be just hang out, vibe, and be warm would be something Samael would love.
And same question to you, Azalea. Is there anything of all of the activities that Kovala knows about that you think Kovala would feel that Azalea would enjoy?
I think that um, I honestly think that Azalea would um, go to the slopes. The
Hmm. Yeah, for sledding.
Yes, she would be very reserved at first, but would just kind of really kind of have fun, like just as she's starting to go down the mountain. You just see it, so you have this laughing and just liking the feeling of almost flying as you go down a steep slope. And then maybe the hot rocks afterwards, to warm up.
So I'm thinking it would probably be we go sloping. We then go do like the hot rock massage for
Yeah.
our dancer and heat-seeking friends to get the tension out of the muscles. And then we go soak in the moonlit like bats, and then we go and enjoy food and music and things like that is probably the itinerary
Excellent.
tracking.
All right, so we have a little bit of a roadmap here. So the group kind of gets together. You have to bundle up a little bit, not much because you all have feathers and fur. But it's nice to have a couple extra layers as you're going up into the snow, and it is a cold time of year. It's grasping, and
My
you
ears
know,
warm. I can't keep it up.
yes,
I
yes,
don't think
Suriya.
I don't think Suriya has that much of an issue with the cold, and the reason is because of her little fire friend.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah,
Like,
yes.
so yeah, I think that she
Yes.
um
Your little fire friend is just sort of dancing around you, keeping you warm.
hmm and I think Suriya, like, because Suriya wants to make sure that her friends and her cousin are comfortable as well. So maybe she asks them to, like, kind of help make the space around them a little warmer,
Okay.
so it's
All
not as
right.
uncomfortable to move through the space.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They just sort of, flare up a little bit every now and then whenever a cold breeze rolls by and kind of warms everyone, uh, down to their toes. Provides a little bit of light and radiance in this twilight so that you can safely navigate a rather treacherous path leading up to the snow summit. But because you have a little extra light and warmth, you're able to navigate it. There's a little bit of, oh my goodness, that rock crumbled off the path, but you are able to kind of navigate your way up to the snow slopes where you see various kith in scarves and jackets, sliding sleds, snowboarding, getting into snowball fights up in this little just kind of patch of little snowy winter wonderland as it feels like chill, like kind of like snow blanket has come early because you're high up and it's snowing here. Um, right. And eventually you guys kind of see Azalea kind of wander off on her own, go higher up in the summit. What do the three of you like to do while kind of Azalea heads off on her own to the top of the snow hill? What would you all like to do in this snowy area?
I think Surya is really interested in, like, this, like, the snow sledding now that it's in her face, and
Mhm.
she's like, "Can we go? Can we go sliding down the hill? Do you think it would be fun?" And she says this to both Kovala and Sam, since they're all in a little group.
I don't know. I think Samael got to lead the charge in this one.
Sam, you can sit in the front. It'll be so fun.
And it's
Sam's
funny
the
because
bravest of all of us.
in the back, just kind of halfway behind Suriya, Samael had that look of, how when you're among your siblings or family and you're just possessed by that ridiculous temptation to do things like, hey, if I poke you sharply in the back of the knees, your knees will buckle and then you will slide. So he's been leaning back like he was about to just and kick one of your knees, but in being addressed as like, oh no, I wasn't doing anything. I promise, I swear. Oh wait, what? Okay. Sure. Sledding.
Right. So the three of you end up catching up to Azalea, in fact, to get to kind of the top of the slope, where you see a whole bunch of various different kith with snowboards and sleds. Some of them have skis, like traditional skis, and there's multiple slopes. The bunny slope, which it is called because like there's like a little bunny attendant there that's like, all right, all you younger kith, this is the least the least treacherous slope for folks. If you want something a bit more challenging, the Cloud Summit ice slope is right over there. But I'm assuming you guys go to the Cloud Summit ice slope because like the people
Well,
y'all's age, or do you go to the bunny slope?
I think that's an Azalea call because Azalea was the one who was interested in sledding. So where does Azalea want to go?
Yeah,
Azalea's going up to the Cloud
the
Summit,
Cloud Summit slope, the
but
main slope.
I think she does give you all like a look if you look interested in the bunny one.
Suriya's gonna go wherever Azalea goes.
Okay.
We're in this together, ride or die.
Yeah, Mom,
Yeah.
where are we going, Mom? That energy.
Yes.
That big energy. No, it's all good. You all go to the very top, and the attendant there happily gives you like a big comfy group sled. It's like this is something that people do as a group often, and they get you a nice a big like stable sled, and they have these sleds are kind of pulled and put into place by these like massive, like, well, not massive, by these big beetles. There's like these big like uh hard shelled beetles that are like that aren't bothered by the snow. And
Imagining they've got like big thick quilts put over them so that they stay warm as they're shuffling through the
yeah,
snow.
just kind of shuffling through the snow. And the uh the attendant up there, you all kind of get bundled up in the sled, and then the attendant just carefully pushes you, and then whoa, and you guys go down this icy snow track, going through around the various like evergreen trees in the top of the mountain, like whipping past you guys as you just make your way all the way down, eventually skidding to a stop along the bottom of the slope, where there's just fresh sprayed powder from the many other people that have been snowboarding. You pass a snowboarding otter at one point, and your heart is just kind of racing from the adrenaline of it. Azalea, like, how do you feel going down this hill? I mean, yeah, it's dangerous, but there's plenty of kith here who are going to help you if it goes wrong. How do you feel when you get to the bottom of this snow-covered hill and you see like the snowflakes spraying up into the air?
Well, I want to say first when you first get on this big sled thing, Azalea's like the normal, kind of proper mom type Azalea, but she starts laughing, and by the end of it, she's laughing, enjoying the snow falling. I guess there's loud banging noises. Um, but she's just loving it all. Like you see her eyes light up.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Question.
Yes.
Would it have been possible to kind of smuggle one of those wooden bucket things that are around the hot springs to go collect snow in?
Absolutely.
you go.
Absolutely.
I would like to use this place may always, and I
Okay,
would like to cleanse someone in a way they didn't expect.
Mhm.
I want to cleanse Azalea of the duty of being the brain cell of the group.
Yes.
So Azalea can just revel in the mischief and chaos of this place.
Yes. Like,
And that cleanse you of burdens and just let you experience freedom of flying via sledding with these 3 gremlins.
Yes.
Mhm. And there's all of this wonder and all of this laughter, uh, uh, as the 4 of you have, enjoyed this experience. And before you make your way to the hot stones, I'd like to make a move from the group. I'm going to isolate someone from everyone else. And I'm going to give them a token. Suriya,
Me? Oh boy. Okay.
you fall behind on your way down the treacherous path. A little bit of the rock falls in front of the area, and you have to pause and become more careful. Take a token,
Okay.
and as your friends are kind of making their way, and what I'm just going to say is, because of the narratively, you all don't notice that you've kind of lost track of Suriya. You guys are so focused on navigating this treacherous mountain path from the ice and snow, um, because you're up in the mountain.
Quick counter.
Uh,
What if instead of it being the
yes.
treacherousness of the trail, we're still riding that high of that was so fun, we just didn't notice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Like-
No, that's good.
Maybe we all were,
Yeah.
and I just got separated, and I'm still like kind of thinking. Maybe I'm thinking I'm still following them, and I'm not anymore.
Yeah, no, I think that's a brilliant idea. And then eventually yeah, let's do that instead. And Suriya, you're thinking you're still following your friends, and then you realize, oh, I'm by myself. You're still on the path. You're still navigating the way. You know there's only one way to go, but you must have gotten distracted. And you're on this mountain. There's these evergreen trees that have a little bit of snow still dusted on them. The wind is kind of howling, and you hear a familiar voice come from behind you, emerging from the wind itself. And you recognize the voice of the north wind and the pipes of your flute that you were gifted by him start to play, not from your breath, but from the very wind itself. And you sense a presence behind you. What do you do?
Suriya, like, I think when she initially realizes she's been isolated from the group, she has a moment of experiencing this thing that she doesn't want to be. Because I think throughout the whole adventure, Suriya was almost never by herself. She was always with someone or helping someone or doing something with someone. And the reason for that is because she doesn't want to be by herself. So when she finally is by herself, there's a moment of, oh no, oh no. And like she kind of had almost started to crumple in on herself. And this is a side of her that no one has ever really seen, because she's not usually like that. So when this music starts happening and this voice is heard, it sort of pulls her out of that dark headspace, and she looks around for that sound, and I think she would turn when she feels this sort of presence.
Standing there is the north wind, god of the northern winds, pronouns he, they, the avatar of the northern winds, the form that he's taking, which may not be the one you know, or maybe it is. I'm going to leave that up to you, Suriya. But what you do see in this moment is an unimaginably tall, white-furred cat with shining crystal blue eyes and regal blue, white, and silver robes.
Suriya has a type.
Damn.
Sorry, I couldn't help it for 2 big cats. Now another big cat. Come on, it's a pattern.
Yes.
Wow.
Please continue. I'm sorry. Didn't mean that on sequitur.
It is a delight to see you, Suriya, in this place that has meant so much to me.
So he blinks twice and says, "Oh, thank you. Who are you?"
It is me, the North Wind.
Oh,
And he
oh, you
motions.
look different.
When we met before, I was still angry. I was still hurt.
Oh.
And you were one of the few things that brought me joy in your dancing. Since I have given you your flute, things have changed. My face had been stolen by a trickster.
She looks
And-
offended for him. How dare.
I know. But it has been returned to me. And it has given me a new perspective on the kith of this land. Or rather, a perspective that I had before but had been taken from me
Oh.
while I was lost to my own rage.
Oh. So you're not angry anymore?
Well, not as angry as I was before.
Oh.
There's a certain trickster god, another one, a new one,
Oh.
that I must deal with, who has taken a piece of my throne. But that is not something you need to be concerned with.
Well,
I
yeah,
just-
you gave me your flute. I didn't take anything from you.
No. But I will say this. I know that it was taken out of not malice. Sometimes tricksters, well, they like to test the limits. And that's important. It is important that our limits are tested so that we remember to laugh. We remember not to take ourselves too seriously.
Well, you should tell that to my cousin. He takes himself way too seriously.
I'm actually here to tell it to you.
What?
Suriya. There is a power in solitude. It isn't something that you should be afraid of. And I would like to make a move as the North Wind. And of course, with your consent, as Suriya and as your player, I would like to make the move take on a heavy burden.
Oh boy. Okay.
And the Northern Wind wants to take on the burden of the loneliness that Suriya feels when she is alone. How would that manifest? Or is that something you feel that your character wants to keep?
I think it's something that is so deeply subconscious for Suriya that she isn't even really aware of like what that looks like until the North Wind points it out.
Oh.
And I think the way that this manifests is that in a ring around her, all of the snow begins to melt, and it almost looks like the trees are crying. as like everything begins to like sort of melt within a very small radius. It's not like this isn't like some weird insane show of power. It's just literally like a reaction of like and a manifestation of what that loneliness and sorrow looks like. And I think she actually kind of gets scared of like of that because she wasn't. This isn't a thing that she did like consciously. It just sort of happened, and she kind of like puts her hands together in a very kind of almost frightened gesture.
It's okay. I did not mean to bring to the surface something that you did not understand yourself.
I don't actually like to be alone.
And that's okay. It's okay to feel that way. It just makes me sad that you do.
Well, maybe it's just because I don't like the being able to hear my own thoughts when I'm alone.
You have such beautiful thoughts. You care about others. You care about the world. You care enough about yourself to chase what makes you happy. Not everyone has that, Suriya.
When I'm by myself, that's when I tell myself that I probably shouldn't do that. I probably should be more responsible, like my cousin, because at the end of the day, he might be an anxious ball of constipated emotions, but he's a lot more responsible than me and probably would be better off in the future. I kind of live my life one moment at a time.
May I share something with you? He's going to make the move, show what things were like in more grim times.
Okay.
As he flicks his paw, and the water, the rain droplets that came down, start to form and fill with color. And you see sort of a montage of the North Wind's journey, watching the events of the war and what happened and what was lost. Not in a way to scare Suriya, but to illustrate the importance of that two things can be true at the same time. That a life of caution, like the one Samael lives, is important and may give you safety. But these grim sights of loss and violence and chaos also show that it is important to seize the day and to live your life to the fullest because you never know when it's going to be over. I do not show these things to scare you, Suriya. I just want you to know that different kith live their lives different ways. I have traveled all over this world, even beyond Haeth. And I want you to carry that with you.
Oh, I can do that.
And I hope,
Carry it with me, that is.
I hope next time that you have a moment to yourself, it is a chance for you to have some peace.
Oh, um, peace? You like quiet?
He holds out his paw. Take my hand.
She puts her little paw in there.
And is this temporary? It isn't a fundamental change. But the Northern Wind God is going to make another move that he can always do. And that is make the possible the impossible.
Okay.
And for a moment, while you are holding his hand, Suriya feels what the peace of quiet, calm solitude is. A realization you're never actually alone. Every spirit, every kith, every insect, every being in this world is connected. When you are alone, you are with everyone. You are free of obligations. You are free of your own fears. You are free of your own anxieties. And it's just a moment. And maybe tomorrow everything will go back to the way it was before. But I hope that in this moment, and the North Wind hopes, that this will be something that she strives for in the future on her journey.
So I think in that moment, there's something that I would like to do, but it's not a move. Just it's more of a reaction.
Yes, absolutely.
I can
Yes.
spend a token if necessary, because I'm
No,
trying to see
no,
if I need to spend a token or something
No,
for
you can
for
do
something
anything.
like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think the reason that Suriya has always disliked solitude is because it's in solitude that she is the most connected to the spiritual realm and to her magic. And so I think when he creates that moment for her the magic sort of flares,
Right.
like the magic of
Yes.
flame sort of flares around her. Even her little spirit that's with her gets brighter. And I'd like to give her the luminescent trait, but not for like permanent. Like it's just in that moment. Like she
Yes,
just becomes
absolutely.
luminescent
Yeah, yeah.
for the briefest instant.
Yeah.
And then sort of like when she closes her eyes, she just experiences it. And I think that the reason like what caused that is when she first tapped into her power, it was so overwhelming that she's like, if I just stay around people all the time, I don't have to get that overwhelming tidal wave feeling anymore of being so deeply connected to the magical world.
And it's warm and it's bright. And when it finally softens and the moment passes, you open your eyes and you see your friends just a few steps ahead of you along the path, heading back to the bathhouse. And you hear in your ear the voice of the North Wind say, "It was wonderful to see you again, and hopefully we will see each other again soon. May your fire always shine bright."
And I think that the last move she does is she takes her little flute that was a gift from the god of the North Wind, and I would like to make an actual move that she has. And she is going to, it's something she can always do. And she says, "Do you want to be my friend?"
already are. So yes.
She like tucks her chin down and smiles. And I get a token if they say yes. So can I just take that token?
Yes, take that token. We already are. So yes. And the group has reunited. And there's something about Suriya that is glowing from within. Um, as you all head towards your hot stone uh treatment. Uh how does everybody feel about, this hot stone massage? And it is Solomon that is in attendance. There's these like enchanted stone talismans, and he's like, all right, everyone, like, you know, take off your clothes. Here are some towels to wrap yourselves in. Lay down on these tables. And there's like cushiony tables, where you can put your head
Oh, yeah.
in, and he just sort of like and then he has like a couple of assistants, a couple of other kith that come and like gently place these warm like stones on your back, and it just sort of would any kind of knots or tension that you had, or if anything was like overextended from the snow trail, it just all starts to melt away. Um, Azalea, Kovala, and Samael, how do you feel? Suriya, you're resonating, by the way. Like the fire is, I'm just going to give that to you. You are in the midst of fire magic. So I want to check in with these three.
Yeah, of course. Oh
And
no, I'm in
see.
it. She's
Yeah.
happy.
Can I spend a token?
Yeah.
I,
Always.
since I'm actually relaxed and happy and not worried about everyone for once, can I
Yeah.
spend a token to listen to the wisdom of the small and forgotten gods?
Yes. Yes. And then ask the table what they say.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna start with Diamond, or excuse me, Kovala / Diamond. Um, what do you think the small and forgotten gods say to Azalea as you're all meditating and um with these stone talismans?
Ooh.
You can pass it to another player, but I wanted to start with you because I feel like we're on creative fire right now.
I think one of the small and forgotten gods deals mainly with reprieve. And it's kind of this moment of they tell you exactly how it feels to release some kind of tension you've been holding in your shoulders. Or they tell you exactly what it feels like to rest a weary leg, or to be able to like curl around yourself in safety. And it's kind of this moment of they embody this wisdom of letting go of that breath you've been holding that you didn't know you were holding. And they just kind of walk you through this very like breathing exercise and like relaxation technique, so you can let go of anything, but then you also have that knowledge to share with somebody of how to calm them down or how to get them to relax. But they do it in the form of like kind of like a really like cacophonied lullaby. It's a little bit like out of sorts and doesn't quite make any sense because it's supposed to be something that is different for everybody. And so they kind of leave it up to you to interpret that, of like, how would you get somebody to relax? And it's something that you can take pieces of and then meld into something that is more you.
Samael, what do the small and forgotten gods say to Azalea in addition to this sort of wisdom of how to help others and how to help yourself and letting go? Or do you feel that that is like the center of what she's hearing?
I do feel like that's the center of what she's hearing, but along the edges, using some of those echoes who tell secrets, they're just echoing what the north wind literally just told Suriya about tomorrow not being promised, so seize joy when you can.
Mm-hmm. And Suriya, as you are in the throes of the small and forgotten gods, what are they whispering to Azalea as Azalea opens her senses to them?
I think that as Azalea opens her senses, there's like like almost a sensation of acupuncture, like kind of a loosening of the energies within the body where you're holding tension. And it feels almost, it doesn't feel like painful, but it feels like those little tiny fine needles that they use in acupuncture where it's like pink, pink, and like as the tension comes out, you can hear the little god whispering what that tension is. So maybe it's like, oh, we're too much worry, too much anxiety, too much, not enough about you. Things a little like little things like that of stresses and tensions that you might be holding, but they're like verbal manifestations of the things that are causing you stress.
Azalea, how do you respond to like all these gods just kind of speaking to you as the this calming?
Yeah. Whoa.
Sorry.
That's the last
It's one of
god.
them.
We love them.
It's one of
We
them.
love
Yes.
them.
That's the
We
party
love
one.
it. That's the party
That
one.
is the
Yeah,
party god.
that is the party god.
Sorry.
It's fine.
It's all good.
He was completely quiet all day until I got on.
That's all good.
That's
Always how it
is.
goes.
Yes.
Right.
But I
Kids have
think it's
nothing to say until then.
nope. I think Azalea, like at first, when she realizes what's going on, she's like starts to tense up again, like, oh, gotta get back to work. And then she like listens to them and just totally relaxes and just takes in this knowledge.
I love this. Uh oh. Kovala and Samael.
Mhm.
I think Kovala, I think you already responded. I want to
Hmm?
make sure everybody gets their moment. The massage. How are the two of you feeling about the massage? Azalea has had like a supernatural communion experience. What about the two of you feeling the hot stones like easing away all this tension?
Kavala's asleep. You hear snoring and
I love
chuffing.
it. I love it.
You
I-
hear sleepy cat noises in the corner.
Yes.
Like
take a token for describing a small moment of beauty. Just a
Yay.
calm sleeping kitty getting hot magical talisman stones on their back.
And I
How
think
about-
Kovala is soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur right
Yes,
now.
yes.
I have to know, is Kovala needing the air
Yes.
for
Yes.
Yes. Kovala is making biscuits in their sleep.
Biscuits.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the final straw for Samael, because before then, take off your clothes. It's like, wait, what? Lay down face first on this. I don't know about that. Give your back to, people you don't know. Huh? But he does it because everyone else is doing it. It seems fine and everything's fine. And then the stone's hitting. He's like, oh, this is actually kind of nice, but I'm still a little bit on edge. And then it's, oh, my cousin's doing fine, practically glowing over there. Azalea's, I think, doing fine. She's really like comfy looking. And oh, Kovala's asleep. Like, had been trying to like look up and look around. It's just like, just lay down. Snoring causes, oh, okay. Also becomes puddle. Become liquid.
There's a little bit of a screen wipe, as everybody just sort of enjoys their hot stone therapy. And I believe that you all decided you were going to go to the moonlit spring after.
Yes.
You
This
guys
is the
get in
hot
there.
springs episode. We're going to the
You've
hot
got
springs.
you've got your towels. You're all ready to go, and the moonlit spring. And the reason why it's called the moonlit spring is because it's open air. It is literally, most of the springs are actually carved into the mountain. To kind of give you like a real world idea, there are some beautiful hot springs in the mountains of northern Japan that are bathed in by a species of I
Macaque.
think orange macaque. I thought it was an orange orangutan.
Macaque.
Macaque.
Nope.
Okay. Nope. Um, and in Wanderhome, I have decided, inspired by this place, it would be a hot spring because animals are people. So this beautiful natural hot springs that are carved into the mountain um are this big one is laid before you. The sun's already gone down. The moon is in the sky. And the moonlight is sort of reflecting off like strategically placed mirrors throughout the edges of the area. So that's illuminating the pool with like natural moonlight. Uh, and there's all kinds of hangers with towels. There's some benches, like little, like almost like beach chairs and benches that you can sit on if you like. But for the most part, there's some steps carved into the stone of the mountain that you can step down into and ease yourself into the hot springs. I'm going to say Samael, Azalea, and Suriya, you're able to just kind of find a spot, sit, and relax. But Kovala, standing there with fresh towels and a table with a variety of essential oils and bath salts for you all to choose from, is a tall, I'm going to say maybe 6'3", but like 7'3", including his antlers. Slender with with like a gymnast's build, I would say. In the same blue and white cloud pattern hoppy coat that Solomon had, and the same kind of fishing pants. Of course, tailored is a gazelle, a handsome gazelle gentleman with very warm, inviting brown eyes, um, and a welcoming smile. And you barely notice it. Uh, Actually, no, Kovala, you notice it immediately. He's wearing the pin, and he turns and he looks, and like he hands a fresh towel to Suriya, and his eyes do not stop looking at you, Kovala, and is like, well, hello, how are you?
Oh, hi.
It's wonderful.
I'm
Your Kimbra mentioned you were coming, but it's wonderful to finally see you. It's Garrett.
yeah. I'm gonna
I-
do something I can always do, which is fidget, and I'm gonna fidget with the bauble because Kovala doesn't leave that anywhere. That this person might have the matching one too.
Yeah. Well, the matching one is like pinned to his like coat so
Mhm.
that he can always
Yeah.
touch it. And in response, he touches it, and Garen is gonna make a move. Uh and he's gonna wax metaphorical and say, gazing upon you is like looking at 1,000 sunsets on on a perfect day.
And everyone can hear Kovala's voice drop out of that high pitched, like friendly, like I am not big scary carnivore. I am just goofy moth tamer voice into just the natural register that you all kind of got to hear with Sahir.
Sheer with Sheer.
Sheer.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
always say Sahir with Sheer.
I know it's Sheer as in Shere Khan from the Jungle Book.
Yes.
That's how you remember.
Like you hear that natural register like come back as like Kovala's gazing upon Garen and the bauble that is pinned to the
Hobby coat.
I have never wished I was better with words. I deliver so many of them, and I write down so much, so many names and places and secrets and things. I am usually just the messenger, and I'm usually never the one speaking. I find myself looking at you. I have a loss for words. But I know that I have found my sunset, and I have found my night sky again. And Kovala's going to take the bauble and then reach out and just say, have you heard the news? And then
Garen takes off the bauble and comes closer and puts it next to yours so that they link together.
Mm-hmm. And Kovala is going to basically put their paw and wrap around Garen's and let the light filter between the two of them and show that like skyscape that the baubles were designed to do. And then looking into his eyes, it's the golden like lion eyes meeting the soft brown gazelle eyes, and just say, the news that I love you.
And with his eyes, he isn't going to say it out loud. But they're going to make the question move. What do you need right now?
Nothing. Kovala has everything that they've been wanting in this moment.
My shift will be done as soon as you and your friends enjoy a relaxing time in the moonlit springs. May I join you for dinner tonight?
I was going to... Lex, I need to know if Samael's doing that in the background.
Yes!
We're over here singing Kiss the Girl, come on!
We're literally being little weirdos in the hot spring. Just we're not eavesdropping, we're totally eavesdropping.
Like, no, this is what happened. Suriya like started hitting like Samael, like look, and they're over there like, oh my god! So, like,
he was trying to be subtle about it and pretend he wasn't listening, and then the hitting happened.
Yeah,
I want to
say
see
yes,
this.
say yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
If you happen to look their way, Samael at least says it tries to pretend he wasn't.
Oh no, 1000% Suriya's like, thumbs up, do it.
Yeah, I think it's very much Kovala. Like, I've already subjected my friends to a new person to get dandelion wine, and now there's this person I really want to spend time with. But I really want them to get to meet this person I've been exchanging letters with for only knows how long. And just looks to the side and sees the eavesdropper.
Yeah, Garen has no idea. Garen is like, oh, these people are guests. Like, leave them their privacy. Like, no idea. None.
You are very much invited to come and have dinner with us. I think if you didn't, there would be two very upset Mongoose. Mangai? There would be two very upset cousins.
Azalea's over there rooting you on too, just so you know.
Yes.
I don't know if you heard that. Sorry.
We could just be a bunch of geese. It's fine.
Just a bunch of geese.
Geese.
Oh my god.
Geese.
Yes.
Swans are technically not a goose.
We're a bunch of fowl.
Goslings. Fowl.
We are goslings.
And Garen is just sort of just enamored, just absolutely. He's like, and sort of just leans in with its big, tall antlers, you know, gives you a very, very sweet I miss you kiss
Hmm.
and says, please enjoy the bath. Here, take this. And puts one of the essential oils for named calm and serenity. Please,
Hmm.
it will relax all of your muscles tonight. You're going to want them relaxed. He
Oh,
says in a
absolutely.
very flirtatious tone. Uh,
That does get a low rumble in the chest cavity from Kovala. And it is very much that this is still a lion. This
and
is
this is the
still a
gazelle.
lion. And Kovala just kind of like, after the kiss, just nuzzles into his neck for a moment and then just rubs like their scent all over basically his neck. Kovala is marking their territory.
Yeah.
Like, that one is mine. No one touch. And then we'll go off and join everybody. But we'll also sneak a kiss on the cheek.
Hmm. Hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. I'm going to go attend to the other guests. I will see you
yes.
for dinner after you and your friends are done. And then, it's a massive pool. So, he goes over and he's like handing people towels. And occasionally, through whatever conversation all of you have in the pool, I just want to let you know Garen steals glances at you the entire time. So, as all of the tension is easing away in these hot waters, and occasionally steam nymphs come from the steam rising and manifest and rub your shoulders and then dissipate again, um, is there anything that you all want to talk about while enjoying yourselves in the hot springs, or moves you would like to make? Suriya, I saw your
Yes.
figure go up.
I would like to, I think I can spend a token to always
Mm-hmm.
tell the table something important about the place you're in. And
Mm-hmm.
I would like to tell them the lore of the Cloud Summit Springs. Um,
Oh.
and how the Northern Wind God gifted this place to a catfolk hero that defeated him in a wager.
Hmm. And Suriya just sort of like, starts telling the story of the cat. And you occasionally the steam nymphs will show up, and start to put on like a noir style play. They're not speaking, there's no dialogue, they're just sort of moving along while Suriya is talking about the cat and how they broke the mountain and how caught off guard the northern wind god was. And um, there's a little blast of cold wind uh, towards the end of the telling of the story, that Suriya, is from your friend. Uh, and the steam nymphs are like, oh. Uh,
Um,
uh, is there anything else? Is there anything like additional to like what? Is there anything you want to add, Suriya? Like, or as a player, is there anything you want to add to the lore?
I think that Suriya like plays is oh, anyway. So I think that Suriya has a moment where she like sort of reaches for her flute
Hmm.
and it begins to play a little tune when the nymphs are disturbed by the north wind's little huff of indignance
Hmm.
to kind of ease the tension because I think she kind of gets that this might be the trickster that upset them a little bit. So, but yeah.
Uh, and I think I'd like to build on that. And I think that, one of the things that Suriya kind of shares in the story is that the springs themselves were how the mountain was broken. That the cat had made friends with some water spirits and with some spirits of fire. And knew that water over time typically has the ability to wear away at stone. And through a clever use of a clever series of alliances, was able to cause the springs to burst through into the mountains, breaking it.
Can I build on that a little bit?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm not sure which wind this was, but one of the winds whispered to the springs and to the fire, spreading these rumors around to help facilitate the breakup of the stone.
The southern wind. The southern wind
Southern wind. Yeah.
was jealous of the northern wind. So the southern wind also helped the cat as well.
And I think the way that Suriya describes the cat is that it's this very magnanimous, idealized way. Like it's very much like this is where Suriya gets her type from. Like her first crush. So and like she finishes it with and so the moral of the story is that it pays to be friends with cats.
Is it?
I thought it was.
I thought the moral was don't make wagers with people who are too confident in the wager they are giving you.
Oh.
Sometimes morals of stories can vary between different people depending on what they need to hear and where they are at that particular time.
That makes sense. Oh! Samael is going to go, kind of surreptitiously look around and then goes and grabs the bucket of snow from where he hid it from. It's probably melted by now, but probably still decently ice cold. And brings it to Azalea with this look of absolute, just pride. I got this for you because, well, I don't know, maybe the cold snow water will help you remember the sledding. You had so much fun.
You want me to make do you want me to see if I can make two memories, one for you and one for me?
Just for you.
Okay.
I remember it because you smiled and it was a very good smile.
Nice.
And I can always dance with time if I forget.
So Azalea, do you like make a potion while you're relaxing in the hot springs with this bucket of snow water?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What does it look like?
I'm
Imagine
going to
this bucket floating in the spring.
That's not what I was imagining. I was imagining that it was on the edge and that Azalea is just sort of chilling, but like I sort of like the image of the bucket of snow water just bobbing in the hot spring.
It's just sitting there like.
I think it is just kind of bobbing there for a little while. And you can see it shimmer, like you can see it like shimmer like glitter, I guess. I can't think of the right term for that.
Yeah.
And it forms into, it looks like a snowflake, but it's not going to melt because it's magic.
Wow. So you make like a little like shape it into like a little solid snowflake
Yes.
that doesn't melt.
Yes.
Yeah, you're able to just sort of carefully like set it aside. Like maybe someone has to put the snowflake in their mouth so the heat of their mouth makes it melt.
Yes, yeah, it's a tiny snowflake. I think she's going to put it on a string so that if somebody wants that memory, they do have to let it melt on their mouth.
Oh, that is so cool. I love that. Uh, you know, you all have like a really relaxing time, you know? You share a story, you do a little bit of magic, and the hot springs, it's just I'm going to cleanse everyone in an unexpected way. And when you're out of the hot springs, you all just kind of feel like you almost feel like you're ready to move on. You feel like you're in the next phase. Like, you might still travel together. Maybe you'll go your separate ways. Maybe some of you will travel with someone you love romantically. Maybe some of you will go on your own. But it doesn't feel sad. It feels wonderful that you were all together in this place today. And you're always going to carry this moment in the hot springs in your heart, no matter where you go. Yes, Suriya?
There is one thing that I'd like to do, if that's okay.
Please, absolutely.
I think that Suriya sidles up to Samael in the hot spring as they're enjoying the moonlight, and like the moonlight, like the springs themselves, and says, "Psst, Sam."
Yeah.
I got something else for you, but I didn't get a chance to give it to you earlier, like back in the jade respite. Jasmine respite. I'm bad with names. And she like hurries over and goes to her stuff, realizing she called you over but didn't get the thing, which is classic Suriya.
Goes into the water a little bit, pulls a moment where you know how the Mariposa Fairgrounds is full of axolotl and all that. Just disappears for a moment under the water because I'm gonna prank my cousin.
And she comes back holding something in her hands, and she starts looking, and she's like, Sam, and she like jumps backwards, and she splashes him in irritation, like, don't do that.
I had to do it, you see, at least once. I had to.
You're the worst.
I'm the best.
And she makes a little pout face, and she says, well, I got this for you so that you'd remember me if we ever have to journey separately. And she holds out this friendship bracelet. It's red, like the color of the clothes that she normally wears. So whenever you look at it, maybe you won't have so much anxiety.
I don't think this will fix that, but it might help.
Well,
it'll remind me to be brave like you.
I figure it'll work like the memories that Azalea makes. I mean, it's not magical or anything, but you can remember sometimes the things that I said. Like how your decision making stresses me out too.
I don't know how that's supposed to help, but I will probably think of that too.
Oh. It's supposed to be sentimental.
It is that.
Anyway, I'm glad we got to travel together, Sam.
Me too. And I think it kind of, there are a few like jewelry items that he wears that don't come off regardless of, whatever.
Right.
Like certain bands and things.
Yeah.
And I think he does remove one of those and offers it to Suriya.
She takes it. She's like, is this supposed to help me make decisions without being stressed out too?
Maybe, but maybe also you won't be so worried about being on your own. Because it's scary sometimes when you go on your own, but you learn things.
Yeah, I guess. And she puts it like it. Wrapped it around her wrist like a bracelet, because that's where she keeps her jewelry, is like on her wrists. I'll think about you whenever I look at it and remember your voice in my head, telling me not to worry.
Hopefully not the dumb things I said, because some of them were very dumb.
Oh, I blocked those out. Don't worry.
Good. Good. I wish I could do the same.
So, you all have a wonderful, relaxing bath. You all get a chance to dry off, change into clean clothes. A little shower, of course, with soap. There's like little, showers in the bathhouse, that you can uh, get kind of the sulfur from the hot springs off of you. Um, and go into the meal hall. And it's a huge, kind of like a tavern common hall with like circular wooden tables and chairs, a long bar, but on the bar, half the bar is like a buffet with like steaming hot like meats and veggies and breads and all kinds of things for a nice, late night savory dinner. There's some like pastries and cookies and stuff there as well for dessert, and some nice like cool like creams and such that you can dollop on the cookies and whatnot. And there's a big fireplace as well, a stone fireplace, and next to it is a stage, and on the stage is a pleasant surprise for both Samael and Suriya, as on the stage, playing a banjo, um, is Vesper the axolotl. Um, they are wearing a bright, like a linen little, comfy little linen tunic, but super bright, like red suspenders and baggy, uh, yet colorful patchwork pants, and no shoes, of course, and he's just sort of up there with his banjo, like, and everybody just wants to be free. Oh, hello. It seems as if we have some friends here. I'm going to take a break for just 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. And when we come back, we're going to sing some more songs, tell some more stories, and enjoy our meal. Be back soon. And puts up his banjo, leaps off the stage, and runs across in between the various tables where other guests are eating. Um, what do the two of you do as your friend is running towards you happily?
Samael at least is, very much bouncing in place, kind of dances
Oh.
around because, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in
Yeah.
years.
Surya was in the middle of like asking Kovala to braid their mane so they would look extra nice for their date later. But when she's completely like squirrel as soon as she sees Vesper on stage, and is like she like gives a little yell of like like the little when you recognize
Goes
someone,
over
and
and
like bolts
like
towards Vesper.
gives you a big hug, spins you around, and I'll say this: like he had like an entertainer voice when he was on stage, but like as he picks you up, he's like, "Hola, amigos. ¿Cómo estás? How are you doing? How is everyone?"
We're doing great.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I am so glad you are here. I've had to put on that voice so that like all the guests can understand me. They just don't like.
I
This
don't
is
know
just the
why
way.
though, because people talk like that all over.
I don't know why either. Well, when you're an entertainer, you've got to kind of reach out to as many people as possible. Is Ricardo with you, Samael?
No, we split up a while back actually. He's doing good, but we had to go different ways,
Oh, I mean, I
which
heard
makes me
that.
nervous because Ricardo gets lost really easily.
Right, right. I just thought, since you left, Ricardo was going to look after you, but
And we did. We were looking after each other. We're like brothers, but then we split up, and now I gotta worry sometimes, but I try not to worry because he's
well,
okay. He's an
well,
adult.
you're with the next best thing. You are with our beautiful friend Suriya, your cousin.
Yes.
Oh, this is so wonderful. Hello, friends. I am Vesper. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am the in-house musician for the season. I'm going to be entertaining you all. Kovala, you're you're the Kovala, right? The Kimber's daughter? I'm sorry, son? No, child. Ah, I should be better than this. I am also non-binary, so I should be more respectful. I forget my own pronouns sometimes. So. Uh,
We know Vesper from home. We grew up with Vesper.
oh, hold on a second.
Vesper's
Your
super
sound
strong.
is out
Uh-huh.
again, my friend. So you might want to refresh.
I don't know why it keeps doing that.
I don't know why either.
I wish it would stop doing that.
Spend your tokens.
Spend your
That is all I have
tokens.
to say.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
So what did you say?
Fantastic. Oh, don't worry. The delivery system doesn't have a gender.
Ah,
Or it has all the genders?
Delivery system
all
is above
of
it.
them.
Mm.
All of them?
Are you collecting genders?
I mean, maybe.
That sounds like a beautiful and worthy existence to have.
You should
No,
collect
I
them
am.
too.
Yes, I am. I am Kim. I am Kimber's daughter, son, and child at the same time. I'm extra special.
Ah, well, I'm going to get back to my set. I'm going to sing some songs. Maybe the two of you could come on stage and dance later, and we could, put on a little bit of a show, spice things up.
Yes, I would love that. Do you want to do that, Sam?
Okay.
I want to use a move that I can always do. I believe I can always do. Hold on.
The
Yes.
will you
Will
dance
you
with me
dance a
move?
dance with me? That's basically that's the equivalent of.
Okay. There is something I would like to try, and I want to make sure I have it down pat before I do it. But yes.
Okay.
This is
Suriya, can you help
definitely
me
the place
practice?
to try new things. Excellent. I'm gonna go back to entertaining these people. Make sure you eat food.
Right. Food, then practice.
So
Right.
I'd like to do a little bit of a montage as we're getting to the point where we're going to be turning in for the night.
Mm.
The two of you rehearse for a bit. Um, Kovala, Garen, changes clothes into like a nice, button up black, long sleeved, kind of floofy tunic, and some pantaloons, and like bright. What's Kovala's favorite color?
Kovala's favorite color is blue, but the blue of their coat is also the blue that's all over this hot spring.
Oh, okay. So they're wearing like blue pantaloons,
Mhm.
that are Kovala's favorite color.
Okay.
And then they kind of have the button up black shirt with like fluffy sleeves that kind of, gives him a little more fullness because he's so like wiry. The first couple of buttons undone, and then you could see kind of like a lean swimmer's build underneath, that his horns are freshly polished, and the tips are sharpened a little bit, just so they look nice. And, joins you, for a nice dinner, at the table, doesn't want to exclude the friends, wants
Mhm.
to be part of the group. Uh, Azalea, the uh, rice, the turtle, you know, uh, comes over and says hello to you and like maybe flirts with you a little bit while you're trying to get like a plate of food. Um, uh, and I want to ask the four of you, what are the final moments and things that you do before you bed down for the night after a lovely meal in this meal hall? Who would like to go first?
I can go first.
All right.
Azalea actually kind of waits around for everyone else to um kind of head up and not
Mhm.
be there. And
Okay.
she is going to just write a short little note and leave a single azalea with each of you. Um, it's going to be something like, "Thank you for the memories, um, but as this flower will fade, so does our time together." And then she's going to use her magic and wish her, it's not wish, I couldn't say it like that. Oh gosh, I'm forgetting names and everything now. I'm sorry.
Oh, are you wanting to see Kamal?
Yeah, Kamal. She's going to use her flight magic to see Kamal for an hour because she can do that.
Mm,
This is after she
uh,
leaves the Azaleas around for her friends, so they know that she's swept herself away.
you use the magic, and do you use it after, you make a little journey down to the city at the base of the mountain?
Yes.
You leave behind the notes, you grab your things, and start heading, you know, make it to the city at the base of the mountain, and before you enter the square, the wind magic sweeps you away, and you are at the Four Quarters Collegium in the library, where you see Kamal poring over books, and he looks up and he's like, Azalea, it's so wonderful to see you.
It's great to see you too. I'm back for an
He
hour, but then I'll come back for longer.
he shuts the book. An hour.
Is that enough time?
More than enough time for me to pack. May I share the road with you?
Yes.
And with that, he packs a travel bag, puts his arm around you after he's packed, sweeps you, and hesitates. And once again, as he said before, Azalea, may I kiss you?
Yes. Well, yes.
And he gives you the deepest, most intense kiss as the power of wind sweeps the two of you across Haeth back to a beautiful, quiet little mountain village together in love and in magic to share the road together once again. Suriya and Samael, I'm assuming that the thing that the two of you would like to do would be to finally truly share a dance with your friend. Am I wrong?
No. And
No?
part of the practice that I would love to do actually is two things. I would like to
Yeah.
combine some of what we had seen Chuki show when Chuki shared a dance with us with my cousin to teach her the steps, but
Mhm.
also ask Suriya to help him for sure get down pat the fire magic, because
Yeah.
I've been trying to learn it off to the side, watching you do what you do, but I was too embarrassed to ask, and now I don't want to accidentally burn something down. But like, you've made a little friend, and maybe it'd be nice for my, I don't know,
Um,
to dance with sometimes
yeah.
instead of dancing alone all the time.
well, you have to feel it in here. And she reaches out and touches the place where you've placed the bracelet that she gives you. And I'm going to use a move. I guess this might be my last move, but she says, and you have to ask yourself a question. What song still sings in your heart that you will always be moved by? And when you hear it, that's when you can tap into that magic. And I think when she moves her hand, the bracelet has a little luminescent quality to it. Just a little flavor.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Vesper, as the two of you gain the stage, is going to distract someone, not the two of you, but the audience, with a talented display as he begins playing his banjo, a beautiful, echoing piece full of heart and emotion, a piece that thins the barrier between worlds, between the small gods and the kith, and truly connects you to the future and the past and the now. What does this dance look like that the two of you put on display?
I feel like it's flowing and lively, but I think whatever it is, Suriya is the one setting the pace,
Mhm.
since she's the one who asked if he would dance with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the interesting thing too is once it might take them a second, but I think that once they both become in sync with each other, their dance moves become reflections of each other, and it's very like kind of how their personalities have been through the journey.
Mm.
But it's a beautiful blending of both of those sides of the coin.
The crowd goes wild as they are all deeply, deeply entertained and captivated by this amazing performance. Kovala,
Mm-hmm.
in these final moments, are there any moves that you would like to make or things you want to say while before you bed down for the night, while you're in the company of Garen and your friends?
So while the dance is going on between the cousins and Vesper, I am going to speak your true feelings on a subject to gain a token. And it's the Kovala basically telling Azalea and Garen that this is the moment they have been waiting for. I have been waiting for nothing more than to watch Samael accept Suriya's offer to dance and to truly feel at home and with family in a place that is foreign to them. And it warms my heart that it could be in a place that my family has made into a safe space. So I kind of feel like they're my family in this moment. So then I have 2 tokens now.
Mm-hmm.
And Kovala basically takes the time to introduce him to everybody and explain their like letter exchanging and the beautiful like romance that has been bubbling over time, and does sneak away partway before everybody starts going up and just says, I have to go see my mother for a moment, but I'll be back. You don't run off or else I will chase you. I do enjoy chasing you, but maybe it won't take me this as long as it did this time. And is going to press a a kiss and a nuzzle onto Garen's cheek, and is going to sneak off to find their mom.
You find her in no time. She's actually closing up the front for the evening, not checking in any more guests until the morning.
Kovala is going to, without even saying anything, being like the kid who is home on like break, basically, and is like, your time is my time now. And is just going to grab her mom's hand and go to an outdoor area. And very excitedly, with the moths kind of like, the few of them that stuck around and did not abandon Kovala, immediately to go play with the Mongoose, as they are willed to do.
Yes.
And I'm going to spend one of my 2 tokens to ask my mother, would you hold on to me? And offer like a hug.
She reaches, opens her arms, and gives you the kindest, warmest hug, just sweeps you up. Says, yes, of course.
And I'm going to use flight 1 to walk together in the sky with Kimbra. So Kovala gets to basically show Kimbra this beautiful place from an aerial view that she has worked so hard to maintain and upkeep. And Kimbra can see like all of the late night hustle and bustle of people kind of just enjoying being kith and relaxation, and maybe the couple lingering adventurous escapaders who are still on the slopes when they're not really supposed to be. And it's also then mapping out and showing like the path that Kovala has taken with their friends to get back home. And it's kind of this like light moment of holding on to their mom's hand and getting to share this and getting to feel like the winds and feeling familiar winds and unfamiliar winds. I've been on such an amazing journey, and I've helped so many people find their way in delivering messages, and so many people now get to know that their family wants them where they are for Candlemas. I think I'm gonna stay here for a bit until that's so I can spend that holiday with you and Garen.
I would love that. What a gift. And like her eyes
Yes.
just fill with tears of joy. And she hangs on to your every word.
Because you've always told me to be myself, and I can be Kovala the Moth Tamer, but I think right now I want to be Kovala, your child. I want to be Kovala, your daughter, Kovala, your son.
It's gonna be a beautiful silt.
It is, because we get to spend it together. And they get to have that kind of family moment and reveling and living in that and listening to the winds as they pass by, before finally drifting down slowly. And then Kovala shares like the mother-daughter, mother-son hug with Kimbra, and just kind of like, I think one of the moths like jumps from Kovala to her. It's just like, yes, grandmother.
Yeah, into grandmother's box braids.
Yes. It's just like, I am now perfect accessory. And it is most likely Zigzag, because Zigzag has nothing to do now.
Yep.
And then Kovala is going to go back and rejoin everyone. It's probably about the time when everyone's sitting and talking together. And Kovala is going to wait until everyone goes to bed and then offer the same thing to Garen. I'm going to use my last token of the story to ask him, would you hold on to me and never let go?
And in the final moments of our journey, will be Kovala and Garen flying into the night sky, the moon shining bright, and holding on, never letting go. And with that,
And that is where I think they also share their first real kiss.
yes,
We're good.
real kiss.
The first real kiss.
Killing me.
And with a very real kiss in a starlit night sky, the cloud summit springs, we reach the end of chapter 3 of A Season's Oath, a Wanderhome journey. Thank you all for coming with us on this journey. Thank you to everyone who donated to this charity. It is deeply appreciated by the people in Los Angeles who have lost their homes and need help. And with that, we're gonna just say farewell. I'm Okami, and I've been your guide. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go in the same order we did before. Samael, I'm gonna start with you. Tell us who you are, uh, where we can find you, and one moment of love uh, for your fellow players, and then popcorn it to another player before we bed down for the night.
Hi, I'm Lex. You can find me at Lex Arts. I am on Card. That's where you will find my links to everything else because I have too many things. I illustrate, I play games, and one thing I loved about tonight's episode was just how everyone came together to build this place to be so comforting and open and warm. Like there were so many moves that were like, hey, isolate this person. Hey, show someone doing desperate. And we went, nah, none of that.
Hey.
Warmth. Oh, and I'm going to popcorn to Vixie.
Ah, got me. I was like, maybe someone else's time. No, it's me. Sorry, I'm trying not to let my mascara run. Because I got a little emotional there for a minute. Anyway, hey everybody, my name is Vixie Belle. I have been your friendly neighborhood player here at the House of Dreams table. Thank you for having me. And I played Suriya, pronoun she, her. I think my little moment of love was actually how the entire group sort of faced issues both alone and together, and were able to kind of have these beautiful sentimental moments that really fleshed out the characters, at least for me. And yeah, you can find me everywhere on the internet, either at Pocket Dragon Pub or at Vixie Belle or at Vixie Belle Cosplay. I also play games over on the Pocket Dragon Pub. You'll be seeing me over at GameCon Canada next month, and I will be at Gen Con the following month with a whole bunch of stuff. So feel free to check out all of my upcoming actual plays and panels. And if you want to stay up to date with everything that I'm up to, feel free to find me on social media under at Vixie Belle, at Pocket Dragon Pub, or at Vixie Belle Cosplay if you are on TikTok. And I'm going to popcorn it right over to Diamond, my favorite lion.
Hiya. My name's Madness Diamond, but since we're friends now, you can call me Diamond. I use they, she pronouns. My character Kovala uses any, all pronouns as the gender crisis settles of whatever they would like to be in that moment. But you can definitely believe my favorite moments of love in this entire episode has been, like, specifically has been showing that even though, like, our journey as a table concludes, these characters' journeys, even if they branch off from each other, like, they very much made a greater impact on each other. I loved the moment of having, like, between the two cousins of really solidifying it. It's like, your choices give me anxiety, but I hope I ease some of your anxiety. Well, I hope my choices give you the wherewithal to make some bad choices every now and again. And then, of course, it's Azalea getting to reunite with that love interest, but also getting to see the little dance with the other one that will eventually come. Azalea got her own little harem, and I approve greatly as someone who has harems in most games. And then, of course, getting to show Kovala kind of having that moment between not only their mother, but then their love interest was fantastic, in my opinion. And then, of course, our lovely Hector just smacking us all with emotions out of love. Fantastic. That's why I love this system.
Yes.
But yeah, you can find me everywhere at Madness Diamond. My beacons link is beacons.ai/Madness Diamond. I have my actual play schedule that is not updated. I keep saying I'm going to update it, but I haven't had the time lately. But I will here soon. And you can also find links to all the other shows that I've been on, any interviews I've been on as well. You can find a link to the Everbright Archives, which is the TTRPG anthology podcast that I am on, hosted by Sphinx Akasha. It is myself, Brenny Ursa, and Bardic Sweet Tea, where we are, the three of us are Bardic deities who are vying for that Champion of Bards title. Currently playing Fabula Ultima, where I play Lysandra Agni, the Misfortune's Flame, who is also a matchmaker. And we are getting into the really fun bits and bobs of the story, and using the Fabula Ultima mechanics has been very great. But yeah, check out that link for that are all marked together with the Everbright Archives, and you can find our Ko-fi page, our Discord server that I helped build. And yeah. And then, of course, I do a lot of things on the internet. I have a very long resume. You can find it on my Beacons link and on most of my socials as well. I am an administrative coordinator for a lot of different channels. I am here on House of Dreams also as Hector's number 2 of making sure things get running and going and up and moving in the wonderful way. But I don't think Hector actually needs my help that much. They do a wonderful job already. And then last but not least, I will also be at Gen Con. You can find me running 3 different kinds of programming. As I just found that out today, well, the other day, I will be running 2 games on Thursday, one of them being of Trials and Success. Would you like to watch a Thirsty Sword Lesbians game show hosted by a champion of a deity of love and communication? And the game show contestants are going to show me who is the best communicator. And then later on that night, on Thursday as well, if you'd like to see an all-sex worker table playing Die RPG, where I take the rebellious Rouges into the world of Die and make them put on a show to show who is the best performer of them, because they have challenged my master and claiming that they're a better performer. So I'm put them to work. And then, of course, the last one being, I don't know which day it's going to be on yet, but it is All the Worlds Are Stage, a all sex workers and adult content creator panel where we basically will talk about what it is like for us to be in the TTRPG sphere with the kind of work that we do and the stigmas we face and what changes we'd like to see in representation of us. So, but yes, that's me. I'm Madness Diamond. Since we're friends now, you can call me Diamond, and I hope you follow me along on this very sparkling adventure. If you ever need any help or need a place to put your game or want to find a table to join, just slide in my DMs. I'm on most socials at Madness Diamond, and I'm a popcorn it over to Azalea.
Hi, I'm Janie. I played Azalea. Moment of love. I loved how supportive we all were of each other. There wasn't there wasn't any kind of backstabbing or pettiness or spitefulness or anything. We just all were really, wanted each other to succeed, wanted each other to grow. We all kind of worked together to ensure that. And I really love that. I'm on Blue Sky Janie Potts, and on Saturdays this spring, everything just popped out of my brain. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all good.
But we can find your schedule on your socials, right?
Yeah, over on Blue Sky.
Oh yeah, I guess I should put a schedule up.
Yeah. Well, you're running Monster of the Week
Yes, that's on Thursdays, on every
Thursdays
other Thursday on Singularity. So this
on Singularity.
Thursday you can tune in for the second episode of my game called Spring.
Yes. All right. Um, Thank you all once again, as I said before, for going with me on this journey. We will be returning on June 1st as House of Dreams and Pocket Dragon Pub are going to be teaming up to raise money for Rainbow
Yes.
Railroad for prize season. There is going to be, I still got to work on some really cool graphics and some promo, but Vixie and I are going to be teaming up to bring you a bunch of Pride one-shots and the fourth chapter of A Season's Oath, starting June 1st, every Sunday. Please go to Pocket Dragon Pub and enjoy a queer-themed one-shot by a variety of talented storytellers, including myself. Yes, one of these Sundays, I'm going to be running back-to-back games.
Yeah.
And also join us for an all-new cast of travelers as we close out our first full year of Wanderhome. And who knows where A Season's Oath will go from there. But please join us once again, Sundays all through June, raising money for Rainbow Railroad with Pocket Dragon Pub to celebrate Pride, because we need to celebrate it. The world is on fire, and we need to do our part to put it out. And with that, have a wonderful night, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.